Greetings and welcome. Thank you for deciding to connect with me and for broaching the subject matter that you are questioning about, which we are going to do as a reading, but I will make this a reading available for the whole public forum to be able to view and listen to, because I'm sure it's of interest to so many people. And we have agreed on this before I go ahead and do the video and post it. So to keep your confidentiality, I won't be mentioning any names or any specific private information. So primarily your question is around that of the twin flame, and we are looking here at these two energies of love in particular, and I have alighted them or aligned them for the reading with the light flowing onto the table, because the light is very powerful and it's moving and it's almost creating a synergistic vibration between the two people that the spiritual union card, the number 2, has over it. So it's really focusing on the energy of the essence of the twin flame. The card next to it, which is Sandalphon, which is also love, and the love is pouring into his being from a cosmic energy, from a cosmic awareness. So the two cards play a relevant effect in the reading. I have a lot of people who come for readings about love connections or relationship problems, and a lot of people are questioning at this point in time, what is a twin flame relationship? How do I know if I'm in one? Or a bit like yourself, they're saying, I am in a twin flame relationship, but it's causing grief and anxiety, and at the moment my partner has run away as such and blocked me and doesn't want anything more to do with me. And you're now in a state of confusion as to why this is happening, if this is a twin flame relationship, and what is it all about. So to come back to the point of origin and kind of remove it from your own scenario a little bit, but to give you a bit more information about what we believe twin flame energies to be, I guess the saying or the term was coined probably maybe 20 years ago about twin flame relationships, and I think we've been evolving with information regards this twin flame energy ever since then, and I think new information or understanding of it keeps coming to light. The twin flame energy really does embellish that number 2 card in many ways, as well as the one next to it. It's about a spiritual connection primarily. As a soul, when we decide to be born into a body and to experience our life that we choose to experience, we come in as a baby in the beginning with very much to learn. We really only come here to earth as a human being to learn and to grow our soul. Once we have grown and become connected enough and aware enough, we then eventually go back to being just light. So we no longer then need to keep coming back to learn the lessons. So part of our lessons in life, when we choose the life we're in, is to experience certain situations. Now, to experience those, for most of us, other than if we are already fairly enlightened beings such as Buddha or Christ, we need other people to help us experience the situations, and those other people form a contract with us in the soul level, and they are termed soulmates. They agree to come into our life and connect with us and teach us some of these lessons that we need to learn. They are usually here to befriend us and to support us, but sometimes it doesn't seem it. Now, the contracts are made before we arrive because we make the decisions about what it is we would like to learn. So sometimes we might choose to go through grief or disease or fame and fortune or poverty and loss and heartache. Sometimes we might like to choose the path of a great honorary intellect or a physicist or something along those lines. And then we will have contracted soulmates that come along and support us with that journey and open doors for us and trigger certain learning perspectives. Now, once their part of the job is done, they often disappear or move into the background. You know how in your own life you will sometimes say to yourself, gosh, I haven't heard from my friend Daryl for 20 years or something. I wonder what he's up to now, or I wonder why we didn't remain friends. It's because the friendship had served its purpose and you mutually move on at a soul level. Sometimes you will have relationships that have a complete falling out, and there will be an argument and a dissipation, and you'll think, whoa, that was great. Why did we argue, and what did I ever see in that person in the first place? But the relationship will have taught you something along the way. The most traumatic events we go through with people are often teaching us the biggest lessons that we have asked for in life, to experience, to be shown, to learn, to understand, and to grow from. Now that's the journey and the job of the soulmate. Now, at the slightly deeper level, all of those relationships are helping us to grow and become enlightened and to become a lighter being and more connected to the light that is literally shining right there on that card. Once we achieve that lightness of being and that connection to the cosmos, to the spiritual perspective of life, to the source that made us or that is us, we then understand innately about the concepts of being everything, that we are all, that all of us are the same, that we are all one energy and vibration. But to get to that point is very difficult, and some of it is connected with this twin flame energy. So as we grow and we find the finer energies coming to us and that kind of desire to enrich our soul or to enrich our life or to experience more profound situations, we can be awakened with the twin flame energy. This is really about your spiritual awareness and awakening and going within and finding like the flame of a candle, this effervescent, bright, burning, energetic connection. Now, sometimes a twin flame relationship will come into our lives in the manifestation of another physical being, and they will connect with us literally as these two are here, with their third eye, with their spiritual energetic connection, creating a force, an awakening, a light activation. And when that happens, it is propelling your soul to grow, to be uplifted another notch, to expand, to gain cosmic expansion information. Now, when the understanding is when a twin flame relationship comes into being, it is of service. It is of service to each other. It is also of service to the greater expansion or the greater good of vibrational energies for everyone, for the planet, for the cosmos, for all being. So to truly find a twin flame relationship is actually quite a profound thing. There have been many videos uploaded and information available that talks about when twin flame relationships pull apart. And sometimes they go through the situation that you're talking about indeed, where the other person that you believe to be a twin flame blocks you and wants nothing more to do with you. Now it's at this point that it becomes really difficult to ascertain whether it's a true twin flame or whether it's a very deeply committed soulmate who is part of the journey of getting you to this point where your soul is in the act of expansion, possibly ready to connect with a twin flame synergy, or whether that person is the twin flame. What happens is when the twin flame energy is keyed or activated, it allows you at the very core essence of your spiritual dimension and your heart energy to be activated and to begin to feel and understand the power that this creation has. The feelings that can be brought on through this are intense euphoria, bliss as if you have never experienced it before. It's so profound that it will knock you off your feet. And it's not bliss about that person, and it's not euphoria about that person. It's bliss and euphoria that extends to the farthest reaches of your very core. It's an ability to understand the whole connectedness to everything in life. So what actually happens when a twin flame connection is powered up together to form this power unit? It generally dissipates you as a human because it's moving you closer to the spirit world. So often your physical reactions as a person dissipate down and you become more aware of this esoteric spiritual evolutional connection or energy. So in many ways the physicality of it, of life, diminishes and the connection of the spiritual energy sizzles. However, if there is a physical twin flame relationship, definitely the bond between the two can be very, very profound, and it can feel as if you are merging into one, or that your energies are so finely tuned and so interreacted that there is power that you generate. And this is the other aspect of the twin flame energy. It forms a trinity, which is exactly what these two have formed here. It's like a pyramid, because there's the three aspects. There's the two of the human facets that come together that create a spiritual, powerful energy, and it's given from galactic energy. So there's three things that form a trinity or a triangle or a pyramid shape, and that in itself is like an engine room that creates energy. And this energy is matter that goes out into the universe. And because it's at the highest vibrational source energy of love and light, that's what in turn creates the power. It's like the battery charge pack of life itself, of the energy of the cosmos. So you see, a twin flame relationship is so profoundly beyond us. It's out back in the ethers where we originated from. And that's the connection we're making when we become involved at that spiritual level. We don't have to have the twin flame energy here on earth in the embodiment of a human. Because we're never ever separated from the spiritual realm or the source connection. We constantly can be connected to it, and we can be energized from it. And so if a twin flame, or the other half of us, as is often referred to, is still in that celestial realm as energetic energy, just like the white energy shining on the back of this head, then it can still connect with us at that mental level. It never leaves us. We're never ever singular. Whether we're here as an individual person without a physical twin flame on the planet, then our twin flame energy never leaves us. It's exactly as the light is now shining on the card. It is constantly there, allowing that the messages from that white light love energy to come into us when we're activated, when we're able and broad-minded enough and expansively spiritual enough to uplift the energy. So many people's twin flame activation is not as another person on the planet, but rather as a spiritual energy that can be invoked or understood when our own spiritual evolution or ascension is evolved enough to connect with it. But it's always there. So if it has decided when you made your contract that the twin flame would come down to earth and share the same timeline as yourself in the form of a human, then you may meet that human on your path in your life. And then the relationship is very much about creating this trinity of energy, about spiritual climax, about spiritual oneness and powerful creation of force energy. So for all the people who think that they might be in a twin flame relationship, I think it is far less common than we understand. But there is nothing uncommon about the spiritual twin flame of you connecting with you and awakening you and allowing your spiritual evolution to be extremely profound and explosive. So that's when it kind of comes to this portal. If you don't have the physical twin flame relationship on earth in a human form, you have your connection coming to you always from the source. And this is the more common form of twin flame evolution or connection or engagement. In reality, because this is about being of service to other humans or the planet or other energies and raising the vibration and helping yourself to blossom and to grow and to nurture and become wise and aware. The true twin flame relationship is not karmic. It's not about holding back energy or creating negativity or doubt or worry or fear, because those are the polar opposites of a twin flame energy. Those relationships that we often see where people are really pulling apart or there's tension or trauma, but you feel this innate deep connection, they're far more likely to be a very profound soulmate relationship, one that is set here to perhaps open you further to being aware of the twin flame activation. So if you like, they're key holders, major key holders into the investment of the opening and awareness energy level of your soul. Because some soulmates are you know, far more casual or more long term or more stable for you than these other ones that might come in and cause trauma or upset or, you know, make you feel this amazing deep love, and then they walk out on you and you're going, why? Why? If I'm thinking this is my twin flame and yet they've left. It's far more likely that their job was to activate you so that you are thinking of this awareness of the twin flame energy, of light so intense and energy so intense that when it comes down like this, it literally takes you to places you have never been. And when that happens, you will get an understanding of the true nature of what a twin flame synergy is. And as I said, we've all got this twin flame. They never are not around you. It's the other half of you. It's just you wanting to be whole and wanting to find the lost parts of you and wanting to connect back to fully integrate into the energy of love and wholeness. And in reality, that's what our search is often about down here in this physical realm. And when you have expanded your spiritual awareness to the point of giving back for service and understanding how profound this force of energetic, vibrational energy can be, just as you are looking at there, that's when you are making contact with the whole entity of yourself. And all that part of you is the love, the light and the wisdom. It's your inner love, light and wisdom, or your higher self, love, light and wisdom, that always wants to connect with you, that always wants to offer you divine love. So in reality, that's how the perception of the twin flame energy is. And the deeper we connect with ourselves and the more we expand out into the ethos or the celestial or the cosmos or the connection to source, the more and more chance we have of this twin flame energy happening. When you do get to the point of understanding about this like powerful source energy, it begins to matter less and less about the physical relationships and about finding a deep connected soulmate or a deep connected twin flame on this planet relationship. But what often happens is, because you radiate this amazing energy of love and light and vibrational positivity, you will find that you attract into your life people around you who also have this similar vibration. And so you often find you are attracted to many, many more people and potential relationships. So in essence, you're doing yourself a great service in allowing the expansion of the soul. And as you do, your expansion of people you meet in your daily life or on the planet will become much deeper and more profound as well. So you will find that you have deep friendships that are very, very special and connective. You might find romantic partners that are profoundly intense and passionate and full of this positive vibrational energy. And that's where I think the twin flame synergy actually leads us to. And that's why we often think that we have a twin flame partner, because we're experiencing these high vibrational energies. And yes, most definitely for some people there is the twin flame here on earth. But I do believe that if it is the person that you think it is, and you think it's a twin, and they are at the moment running or wanting to not be involved in the relationship, then it's telling you that there's a part of yourself that you have not yet given the light to. You have not yet healed. You have not yet made whole. And so until that happens, until your own spiritual evolution is complete enough, that other half of you, which you believe to be a twin flame partner, can't be here to create this light and Trinity energy because you're not ready. So do you understand from that perspective that to fully engage in the twin flame physical incarnation relationship, you have to be so spiritually connected and full of the high vibrational frequencies, otherwise it cannot work from your side or from the other half of the twin side. Now sometimes you might be ready and the other half is not yet, because there's still evolutionary spiritual work that is not able to make the connection. Because as I said earlier, this is not so much about the physical tantric side of relationships. Yes, you could have amazing sexual chemistry and deep physical bonding, but the primary force of this relationship is its spiritual connection. And so if that hasn't been established and you haven't both sorted out your spiritual or soul issues, it's like when you put magnets that oppose each other and they push each other back. That's what the effect is like. It's literally that they cannot be brought together until both halves of you have resolved the issues that prevent a coming together, that prevent that synergy from, forming the one flame, the wholeness, the you that you are. So that's in essence answered your question about what is the twin flame. And the rest of your question is, do you still have hope that he is going to return? I have often found that they don't, if it's the soulmate, they often don't return because they've done their job. The keying of the opening of your heart and the opening of your soul has been started. And so in essence their job is done. If it's not that as the relationship, and it's possibly a true twin flame, then again they cannot come back until there is a further evolvement of your spiritual energy, until you have raised your vibration higher. And that can't happen by forcing it. It happens naturally. It happens as your soul evolves. It's a little bit like when you were born and you're a baby. You can't suddenly become an adult until you have worked through all of the years of going from a baby to a toddler to a teenager to an adult. And it took all those years for that to evolve. So it's no different if this is a twin flame relationship. You can't come back together as the twin flame until the soul has done the work and evolved. And that has to happen from an overall cosmic awareness. And it's not like you can read 2 books on it or 10 books and suddenly understand it and go, right, I've done that, I've done my homework, good-o, bring him back, now I'm ready. It's not that. You'll know when it's happening to you because the feeling is profound. The changes are different. You will experience such a connection to the etheric vibrations around you. You'll become less human, if you like, and more of a soul. And that's when you begin to know that this twin flame energy is connecting, whether it be in the spiritual realm with the twin flame not incarnated with you, or whether you are going to reconnect or connect with a twin flame that has incarnated in this physical lifetime to meet you. And there is also the perspective that some twin flames may be incarnated together, and one might be living in one country and one might be living in another, and you may even never meet, or you may meet for a short time. But if you are both spiritually ascending and opening and expanding, it will be happening to you both wherever you are on the planet, and you will still feel a deep connection to something, as if you have found another part of you. And you may not know why, but you can feel it. And you may never even meet the person. And you just come to understand that you don't need to, because you're never separated. The energy is there. You can feel the energetic bond beneath the physical body. So I hope that's really helped you to understand a little bit more from my perspective and understanding over the years of the twin flame relationship and its dynamics and how it kind of works. And I'm beginning to think more and more that this is definitely how it works for everyone. And I guess I have simplified it down. I mean, one could talk about this for a lot longer and go more expansively into it, but to keep it at a level where it's a little bit easier for everyone to understand, I think, is the dynamic here. So thank you for connecting with me and for asking me that question. So I do hope it has been of help to you. And I think if you give it time to let this information sort of seep in, and then meditate on it and ponder upon it at a broader level, and open up and think more about the relationship and what was going on with it and with the person involved, and ask yourself, was there any feeling of this true dynamic cosmic trinity force within it? Or was it possibly more of a very powerful soulmate energy that was keying open the door for the soul expansion? The reality of this too is that timing is not important. When we understand that the souls are never separated and that time is only an illusion that we create for ourselves, and that when we become fully consciously, spiritually aware and activated, it doesn't matter about time. And so when you start to understand that too, you know that you are expanding, and you know that your conscious and your higher self are connecting at the very eternal length. So allowing the feelings of, sort of, I want them back, I want them right now, I want this to happen, it has to be now, all this desire to have, or want right now. When you start to let that drop off, because you know that expansion or trinity connection or immense love and feeling is coming, then that's also part of the awareness of the expansion. So as I say, take your time to meditate upon the words that have been said and the power within the video and the understanding of what these relationships might be in reference to yourself, and how you think moving forward that you can enable yourself to be growing independently, knowing that there is always your twin flame somewhere, either in the spiritual energetic form or possibly in the human form in this timeline. and that it doesn't really matter if you connect with them or not, because when you are ready and expanded and aware and open, the power of force will take you to that place, and you will experience all that you are seeking, whether it be with a physical partner or on your own. So it's a wonderful saying from the Star Wars movies, may the force be with you, and may your awareness grow. Much love and light. Namaste.